Hey there everyone, it's Alex here from VG247.com, and here is a little bit of Horizon Zero Dawn running on the PC, which is super cool because of course this is a PlayStation Studios game, it's a PlayStation exclusive, but Sony are doing just as Microsoft has done in recent years, and they're putting out some of their stuff on PC, starting with this. So, I guess the big question is how it holds up on PC, which the answer is, this is a pretty great game. If you need to go and read the reviews, highly suggest you do. It's sort of a action-adventure game, open world with some RPG elements, all very familiar stuff, but this is an extremely competent version of that in a beautiful, intriguing sort of world, and all that holds up really well on PC. The question of performance is a bit of a weird one. So you might notice in this footage some hitches, some hiccups. To give you some information on the background of the machine, this is a NVIDIA RTX 2080 Ti, so it's not a weak machine by any means. In fact, that's one of the most expensive graphics cards you can get without going fully stupid. And it's got like an i7 8700K, it's got 32GB of RAM. This is our machine that we always use to push games to the absolute limit. And as you can see, this is running at 4K on ultra settings, and it's not making 60 FPS, it's sort of hovering around the 40 to 50 sort of mark for the most part. And then there's occasionally bigger hitches. That's not terrible by any means, but it's also not fabulous for what is a PlayStation game, because this GPU should really handle a lot of next generation games quite handily. And we've also been speaking to others, and we know that there are some people on fully decent graphics cards where even at 1080p they're struggling to maintain 30 FPS. And the truth is, we're not really sure what's going on here or what's causing that. This appears to be something that is situational depending on the graphics card and the setup, and it doesn't appear to be the case for everyone. And actually, when we first received the game, it was pre-patch, and we got an email off Sony that said we're aware of some issues, we're issuing a patch. That patch came down pipes, and it significantly improved our performance. But we've spoken to some other people in the media and stuff like that, and they appear to have different mileage, basically, depending on their machines. Some of them the patch has improved things, some of them it really hasn't, and it's the same as it was. So that's a tad frustrating, but nevertheless, this definitely remains, straight away it becomes the best place to play Horizon Zero Dawn. It is, my PC here is maintaining a higher resolution and a better frame rate than I would get on an equivalent PlayStation. My PC doesn't sound like it's going to take off like my PlayStation 4 Pro does when I play this game, and so all that stuff is pretty welcome and pretty well received from us. So yeah, I mean, all the other stuff we sort of take for granted on PC that a first-time PC publisher might get wrong is all pretty good, by the way. So, you plug in an Xbox controller and all the buttons will instantly change to Xbox. It's got that nice thing where if you put the controller down and start doing stuff with keyboard and mouse, it automatically switches all the UI and stuff to keyboard and mouse controls. So good controller support, good keyboard and mouse support, a great deal of options. Sort of has some great streamlining for that, where you can choose between sort of ultra settings or enhanced settings or performance focused settings, or a setting that's called original, which I think pretty much tweaks the PC settings to be identical to the PlayStation version of the game. And then there's also, you can drill down and turn individual elements on or off as you wish. But yeah, it's an interesting port basically. I'm not going to keep talking because you can see for yourself this sort of maxed out 4K max settings footage here, and sort of judge for yourself what you think of the port. But what I would say is, it's clear that there's some problems, so you might want to keep an eye out for patches, and it also might be one of those games where if you do buy it, you might want to make use of that Steam return period where you try it out, you play it for an hour or so and just check how it performs, and if it's not performing right for you, then obviously you could return it. But it's a great, decent start for Sony on PC here. It's a decent start for PlayStation games coming to PC, and this is a great game still. As I played this early section of the game to capture the video, because this is really early, it's not really got any spoilers or anything like that, it is basically the prologue of the game that I'm playing here. You can totally, I could feel myself getting sucked back in, and I could thinking to myself, oh, I could do a whole extra playthrough if I wasn't so busy with loads of other things, and that's a good thing, right? That's a good feeling. So yeah, that's it from me for now. If you like this, don't forget to give us a like, give us a subscribe, ring the bell, then you'll be the first to see and hear of all the exciting stuff we've got coming up. And we have got some exciting things coming on this channel because we are in a next generation console year, so there's some really cool stuff going on. But that's it from me for now. Till next time, everyone. See ya.
Are you ready?
Yes, I guess. It's louder than I expected.
You've never been so close before.
I guess everything's bigger up close.
Soon it'll all seem familiar. Like home.
I don't know about that.
Look for High Matriarch Tirsa.